Paul the Apostle in chapter 6 of Galatians, beginning to 1, he's talking about the focus. Now, brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such a one in the spirit of meekness, considering yourself, lest thou also be tempted. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. Let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden. At that point, he's saying every man's going to stand before Christ and answer for his own actions. He's not going to answer for your brother, for anyone else, but you're going to answer for yourself. And that's said in great love from a weeping apostle. But he says, bear one another's burden in verse 2. And so fulfill the law of Christ. What is the law of Christ? What is the commandment he's talking about? The law of Christ. He said that the law is completely fulfilled if you love God and love your neighbor as yourself. It's love. It is love. Paul called that enlargement of heart. He wrote to the Corinthians who sneered at him. He wrote to the Corinthians who accused him of false doctrine and misrepresented who he was. And he wrote a letter to me. He said, my mouth is still open to you, and the Lord has enlarged my heart toward you. And when you allow the Holy Spirit to do that, and then you pray, Holy Spirit, I want the spirit of compassion. I want the enlarged heart. Lord, I want that spirit of restoration where I see somebody that's fallen. I want to take away the reproach of their sin. I don't want to go to them judgmentally. Somebody in the church that has fallen into sin, somebody that's headed for divorce, they don't need somebody to tell them what's wrong. If you do it, it has to be in what Paul talks about, the gentle spirit. He talked about those that were caught in a snare, and he says, in meekness restore them. But I want more of that, and I would pray that be your prayer here today also. Lord, I want to be a forgiving person. All who have hurt me or done me wrong or grieved me, Lord, I want a forgiving spirit. And I want that forgiving spirit to be the river of life that flows out of me and brings healing to others. That water that springs up of the Holy Spirit is grace. It is mercy. It is restoration. I know what God has delivered me from. I know the mercy that I needed. I know how in all these years He's covered me. All my mistakes and all my failures. And God has shown me such mercy. And now, the rest of my days, I want to show that mercy and that kindness. We're coming into the most perilous times. Times of such incredible darkness, gross darkness that will cover the earth. But Lord, you're going to have a people that are there ready to heal, ready to restore, and ready to forgive and bring people into the gospel of forgiveness. And that spirit that is of Jesus Christ, that gentle spirit ministering to the lost in their hurt and in their pain.